Hey guys, welcome to week. I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark and say 90. You're on the Real DVD Watchers. On Wednesdays, as always, it's me, Tom. And the movie that I've chosen to review today is something that, before I saw this movie, I was always really excited to see it because I would always see the cover. And it's one of those movies that you always saw the cover and you're like, man, I should really see that. I should really rent it, but you just never did. So I spent at least a year looking for this movie, and then at a comic book show, this guy was selling bootleg copies of it, and it was just $1, so I figured, why not? The movie in question. Oh, I also don't recommend buying bootlegs because that's bad. Yeah. So the movie in question that I watched this week is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, made by Benjamin Clark, who I kind of feel is Bob Clark. I could be wrong because I know Bob Clark for a time did go as Benjamin Clark. I know Bob Clark has kind of tiptoed around actually saying whether or not this is his movie or not, but I think I was reading an interview with him because he was talking about A Christmas Story and Black Christmas, and he brought up this movie. So I think it is his, but I could be wrong. Basically, what's going on in this one is that this theater group venture out into pretty much this remote island off the coast of Miami, where it's just a graveyard. They bury the dead like pretty much in shallow graves, and sometimes they don't even fully bury them. And so they decide that they're going to go have a resurrection for some reason, because apparently resurrections are good. What is this? Oh, it's receipt from work. And so they pretty much set out to resurrect just one dead corpse named Orville, who Alan, the main leader, who's this very, very theatrical man. Thus, he's leading the theatrical troupe because they all work for Alan at this theater. He's always threatening whenever they want to leave that they can be replaced at any time, that he will fire them, and how useless they all are. It's kind of like, I understand that you need a paycheck, but why would you follow this guy around when he's essentially attacking you and attacking your skills as an actor? So I think it might have been Bob Clark's way of saying that we go through a lot when we shouldn't have to, at least as an actor, and the director sometimes takes too much for granted, especially when Alan is trying to establish his dominance at the beginning of the film. He says some pretty hurtful things to certain people as soon as they're getting off the boat. So they go through to the satanic rite that Alan does, and it's very, very over the top, because that's just the way how Alan is. He's very over the top. He keeps on calling everyone children when he's referring to them as a group. So he does this satanic rite. Nothing happens, and then this woman, I forget what her name is in the. Sorry, just checking to make sure it's scored in the show. She's always constantly berating Alan. And so she's like, step aside, I will show you how to invoke the devil. And she does this really, really good satanic rite, and there's thunder and lightning, and all the classic creepy elements to a movie. And so they decide, because nothing's happening, they go back to this little cottage thing that they broke into, and they're holding up in, and the Walking Dead do arise, and all sorts of wonderful undead goodness comes out. I want to talk about the gore in this movie, because really there isn't a lot of gore. I mean, yes, there is some blood. Yes, there's some really good scares. Like the first time I saw this movie, the opening credits pretty much scared the living hell out of me. Even though you knew it was going to be a jump scare, it was just, you had to let yourself go in this movie. And it's by no way like a zombie classic, if you will. But nonetheless, so it's still a really great movie. A bunch of unknowns doing really, really, really good work. At times, the girl who plays Anya kind of oversells her role, because she is very much, in commune with the dead, and she's pretty much just like the person who warns everyone of what they're doing. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be insulting the bodies and stuff like that. So sometimes she really overly acts, but Alan, the chick who hates Alan too, she is so good, because she plays the role of such a snarky bitch so well. But the thing is, though, she represents almost the audience's views upon Alan to a little bit of an extreme. But nonetheless, though, it is a pretty good movie with a halfway decent ending. But the gore, though, there's not a lot of gore, but it still looks okay. I mean, sometimes the blood looks really hokey, but you can totally tell that this was guerrilla filmmaking at its finest. Hell, they do outside scenes where all they're using to light the scene is just a simple lamp, like kerosene lamp. And that's all they're using. So yeah, but really though, it's really a heavily story-driven movie because sometimes the acting just weaves from to and fro. The zombies don't they look like zombies sometimes? Just look like well, they look a little bit better than the zombies in Dawn of the Dead at times, but then other times just like what the hell is on those people's faces? It's just like really really bad makeup, you know. But again, beggars can't be choosers, and hell, with the budget that they had for this movie, I totally commend Benjamin or Bob Clark for their efforts. Say editing style, it does have a feel all its own. I mean, it does capture like the true like 70s creepy horror movies. Like you can see some things that are almost shot in the way how Texas Chainsaw Massacre was done. So for me, you know, it's a real treat to see movies done like that. You know, because you don't really see. Well, of course you don't see them today because I'm a fucking dumbass. But it's good to see movies like for that time, trying to almost create a style, if you will, with the way how the camera works and the way how these horror movies do set out. God, I need to dust my room. So yeah, but definitely check out Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things if you haven't. It's a pretty good movie. If I had to give this movie a rating out of 10, it would definitely get a 7. It's better than the average movie, but there's still room to improve upon. And I honestly think if it would have had a bigger budget, it would have been able to capture more of the zombie carnage, if you will. But yeah, but again, for what they did, really good job. So, that's the review. Thanks to everyone who watches and subscribes as always, and I will catch you guys in a week's time. Later.